We are with Gonzalo Consiglieri, who is the co-founder of Visor.ai. And hello, Gonzalo. How are
Hi
you?
Javier, how are you?
The first question I would like to address to Gonzalo is what Visor AI is exactly.
Okay, so Visor.ai, it's a platform. It's a platform that helps companies, big companies, so the companies with the huge contacts with their clients. So we are talking about banks, insurance companies, hotels, travel agencies, all the companies that receive a very huge load of contacts from their end client. What we do is we help these companies to automate those requests, those interactions, in order to provide them the automated answers and supported by automated tools and artificial intelligence.
Uh, do you think that after this pandemic, to the crisis of COVID-19, the changes that we will be seeing in the people behavior will include the reluctance to have physical contact and be served by technology?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. In my opinion, and not only my opinion, but regarding to all the studies that I've been taking a look recently, the main concern of the companies right now is to prepare how will my business model be after this pandemic. And all the companies are understanding that I need to be prepared for a next pandemic. So if we have a next pandemic, what will happen? So I need to have a plan. And this plan needs to be supported by a digital transformation, because usually companies are very based on this very physical interaction that we are all very used to. But in the future, we need to have to be able, not only the big companies, the ones that have very huge resources, but also the medium and the small ones, they need to be more prepared to work in this environment where everything will be way more digital. So the digital is not longer the future, the digital is the present. So if you want to operate and have a business model that wants to be here for the next few years, you need to have the digital in the core of your system, and not only as a something that you need to do to look good, but it needs to be in the center of your decisions, and it's very important. And I think that this is what COVID bring us, was that made the digital transformation in all the companies, especially in the tourism sector, to think about how we really need to transform, and the COVID is in the center of this decision. I saw these funny memes on the internet. Is that one question? So who was who is the main enabler of digital transformation in your company? A, CEO, B, CTO, and C, COVID-19. So that's what's happening. COVID-19 is being the main enabler for the transformation, and companies need to take care of it, of
And
course.
unfortunately, no, because
Yeah,
we have been talking about digital transformation for the last years, but in
yeah.
many cases, the companies didn't pay enough attention and didn't deploy enough resources to that. Actually, we have to say that Visor AI is one of the few companies, a few sectors that have not been badly affected by the pandemic. Just the opposite, no?
Yeah, I would not say that that's just been good for us, because it's not good for nobody. But comparing to other companies, the impact has been very. I mean, we are receiving the both impacts, but let's say the negative impact, it's completely being overwhelmed by the positive impact. Is that, of course, we have negative impact. We have some clients that I mean, we have some prospects that are not closing the deals right now. But at the other end, we are feeling that the current clients are using our tool more than ever. And so our usage of our platform, it's increasing a lot, and we see that since day one. So since the first day of the quarantine, that we saw this situation. And why is that? Because companies are seeing our solution as a very easy way to implement and to have a digital channel right away for the clients. So you don't need to have a huge software created already. You don't need to have a huge contact center created. Our solution is all cloud based. Our technology is very straightforward and very easy to deploy and to use. and that's why it's very easy for a company to put their contact center operators working out in our platform from one day to the other, and migrate the traffic from the traditional channels to these new digital channels. So we operate the most with the chat channels. Let's say that's the channel where we have the most experience and where we can deliver the most value is on chat channels, not only our own on website of the clients, but also on Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, other chats. But we also have, let's say, a new project for email automation. So for the automation of the inbound email received on the contact centers. And since the pandemic starts, our clients have been asking for it a lot more because they are seeing the increase of contacts from the channels, the non-presential channels. It's a very huge increase. So we are receiving a lot of new requests now.
One of your technological advantages, amongst others, is your capacity to connect your platform with the legacy system of your clients. So it's not just a dumb interface as answering pre-populated question, but a way to really access to the IT system of the client and provide the right and accurate answers, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, sure. So when we implement a new project for a client, we also have 4 points in our mind that we need to cover in order to deliver the most value for the client. The first is our system needs to be completely integrated in the client already existing systems, meaning that if a client already has a contact center system, a CRM, a database, whatever, we, Visor.ai, we need to be able to integrate with the system and to deliver the best experience for the client and to be the less intrusive. Okay, this is the first. The second is we are introducing AI and automation tools, and these tools needs to be created on a strategic way, meaning that we need to implement these solutions in order to make the best out of the system that they already have. And third, it needs to be low code for the client, so the client doesn't need to have any technological skills. We do it for the client. So we have these skills in our team, and when we start, we create a project for the team with IT people that can implement that for the client. And fourth, our solution after implemented gives to our clients the total control over everything. So they don't need us, let's say, they don't need to call us to send these emails. Oh, how can I do that? How can I do that? No problem. They have a platform where they can manage everything. They can introduce new rules for AI. They can introduce new knowledge. They can reduce knowledge. They can set up new channels. Okay, now I want to set up this on my Facebook Messenger. No problem. On the platform, you can do it. So that's how we like to have it. That means that our goal is, of course, in the setup, there's some connection with us and we need to be there for you. But after that, the client is completely autonomous. And that's a main advantage. Usually we compete with big consulting firms that they also deliver solutions, let's say, that compete with us. But they have this lack, that this problem is that they charge by hours. So they charge for the setup and then they charge for the maintenance. And with the maintenance, we have a setup fee. I mean, we have a maintenance fee regarding to the usage, but it's not regarding to the hours that we'll spend on the project.
See, that's the advantage of being a startup.
yeah, and we are very, let's say, product focused. Sure. Yeah, we are very product focused. So what we want to leverage on is on the technology and not also on the people. Of course, we have people, let's say, in the contact facing for the client, but we want these people to be, let's say, as a second resort for the client. The first resort is a technology that needs to be very robust and very simple, very easy to use. And then we have always the customer success manager always ready to help to the client.
I think it's a logical path. So if the trend that we are seeing are telling us that people will be embracing mobile key, mobile check-in, so that means no physical interaction. Obviously, if any doubt are around the reservation, around the check-in arise, logically it should be solved as well digitally. It would be quite absurd being capable to solve the problem of not going to the reception, for instance, of a hotel or an apartment to get the key and to access to the room, and on the other hand, to need physically a person to answer a question regarding how to operate the air conditioning,
Yeah, sure.
all the kind of things. So that's for sure. If I'm not wrong, one of the travel clients that you have for quite a long time is the municipality of Lisbon.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, this was our first client, and they are still working with us so far. And we are renewing the contract now, which is curious. So we are in this pandemic, and even the municipality wants to renew it and to keep using it. It's let's say, it was a challenging project because the municipality, they deal with a lot of different requests from one person that is constructing a new house and needs new licenses, for I don't know, an entrepreneur that needs a license to operate, and someone that found a dog lost in the street. So they receive all these questions. What does it mean? Is that our AI needed to be very prepared to answer to a very wide range of questions from day one, meaning that today is not very hard for us to implement our solution for insurance or banking or travel or other sectors, because we create our native AI from the beginning, very prepared to deal with different questions. So it was good for us in the beginning. It was hard because it gave us a lot of work, but it's paying off now. So now that's the moment that we are taking the advantage of having this, let's say, very robust solution from the beginning, which is also a main differentiator comparing to competition. Usually competition, they use, let's say, very well established AI systems like, I don't know, IBM Watson or Microsoft, that are very good, but are very good for English and for maybe 2 or 3 languages. For Portuguese, for Spanish, we are feeling that. We tried to use these systems, and the problem is that every time we did it, we only had the capacity to adapt, let's say, 1% of the technology to give the best results for the client. With our system, we have 100% capacity to do everything. So we can change everything from the top to the bottom in order to give the best solution. And after 6 months of implementation in a client, it's where we see the most value, because it's very easy for us to keep increasing the results, and to always deliver best value for the clients. Okay.
Thanks a lot, Gonzalo, for your explanation and for your time. And congratulations to the Portuguese government for how they are managing the pandemic.
On behalf of them, I accept. I will let them know when I talk to the Prime Minister. Yeah, I'll let them know. Thank you very much, Javier.
And keep doing this fantastic work, because this automatization brought by companies like Visor.ai certainly will be key for the recovery and of our economies. Okay. Goodbye, Gonzalo. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Javier.